Show me what you got.
How's it going, guys and geeks? Welcome back to the Geek Critique Show. My name is Dakota.
And I'm Jen.
And Jen, do you remember a film came out quite a few years ago called Cloverfield?
Yes.
Gave everyone motion sickness?
I didn't get motion sickness.
Me neither. I think we're the only two people that watched the movie and didn't get motion sickness.
Really?
But like everyone I know was just like that was their main complaint, like, oh, it made me feel sick. Sorry, but
that's interesting. You'd think that I would get motion sickness because I get motion sickness from literally everything else. So there you go. Yep.
Do you also remember a film that came out, I think it was last year now, 10 Cloverfield Lane?
Yes.
What do you remember about it?
John Goodman offering ice cream.
Never has ice cream seemed so sinister than
Yes.
when John Goodman.
It was traumatizing.
It was traumatizing. Did you know that there is a secret Cloverfield movie coming out in about a month's time?
I didn't know until you told me that you wanted to film this about it.
The magic of video editing disassembled in a matter of a minute. So yeah, February 2nd, there's an untitled Cloverfield sequel coming out, and a lot of people are getting really pumped for it. And that untitled sequel also happens to come out on the same day as another film called The God Particle, which many have rightly assumed is one and the same project, the Untitled Cloverfield Project and God Particle, which both come out February 2nd, 2018, almost a month from now. And neither of these films have released a trailer or even promotional images.
Mysterious.
It's very mysterious, and I'll talk a little bit about what God Particle is about, because this film's coming out in a month's time, presumably, unless it's being pushed back again.
I think it's a little late in the game to push that back. Like a month beforehand.
It's possible. No, Hollywood's done crazier things, but it is crazy that they haven't released any promotion for this stuff at all.
Yeah.
We thought it was crazy a year ago when 10 Cloverfield Lane started releasing trailers, like, I think it was 2 or 3 months in advance. That was, like, very late in the game for marketing.
Yeah.
But it did pretty well, because that was an extremely low-budget film. Mm-hmm. And just it kind of just opened up a whole new world of Cloverfield that we hadn't seen. Which, I love both movies, but I like the fact that there's no clear connection with the two films. We don't know if they're in the same timeline, they're in the same universe, or what.
Yeah, it's left very open.
So let's talk a little bit about God Particle. It's being directed by Julius Ona. It's being produced by J.J. Abrams, which is the common thread with all of these films. J.J. has been the producer for all of these movies, and I think he's the kind of the head of like the idea of Cloverfield and what it is. And it's an interesting concept, because I think fans have realized like these movies likely don't take place in the same universe, but it's almost like a multiverse sort of thing. Like in a different universe, this is what's happening with these monsters and stuff like that. And there are like rumors as far as like other films that could potentially be in this franchise. A common one is people saying that the upcoming John Krasinski and Emily Blunt film, A Quiet Place, might actually take place in the Cloverfield universe. But I don't think JJ's producing that. I think that's a Michael Bay produced film, so I don't...
Really? Michael Bay?
Yeah, it's surprising.
If that is the case, I'll be even more furious, because they were filming that all around our house, and one day we were heading to a friend's house, and we were in traffic. It was like a Sunday afternoon, and I was furious that there was so much traffic because we were running late already, and it was because they had the road blocked off for filming that film.
For A Quiet Place.
Yeah, and we must have driven right past them, because I saw there was like a little boat, you know, and they were working on. They had all their stuff, and I think I remember seeing like a big bearded guy, but I hadn't seen recent pictures of John Krasinski, so I didn't know that was him. And I've really loathed myself ever since.
At the time she was watching, she was in the middle of The Office.
For the first time.
And now she just finally finished it last week.
Heartbreaking.
Just as they announced the new Office show. But we're going off on a tangent.
Yeah, we're going.
If A Quiet Place is a Cloverfield sequel or spin-off or anything like that, the trailers suddenly make a lot more sense. You know? If you think about like what you saw in the trailer, it's a very mysterious monster horror movie, which is very similar to pretty much all the other Cloverfield movies. Now let's talk a little bit about what God Particle is about. It's named after the Higgs boson, which is nicknamed the God Particle because for over, I think it was like 40, 50 years, this particle had not been found. And I think it was in 2012 that they finally confirmed its existence. But in the 60s, it was theorized that this is the particle that gives all other particles mass, and it kind of gives shape to the universe in a way. And it was finally, and I'm breaking this down very basically because I don't fully comprehend it. I'm not a physicist, but that's what the God Particle is. Now, this film takes place in space, actually. The film tells the story of a team of astronauts who are engaged in scientific research on the Earth's orbit and make a discovery that leads them to terrible events. So basically they make a discovery in space, and it sounds a lot like the movie Life that came out last year. That's what I'm picturing anyway, but I think this might be lower budget. So it'll be interesting because, again, this was filmed in secret. We have no...
we literally know nothing.
Except for the cast and crew.
So who's the cast?
Yes, I'm hoping that I can name these individuals correctly, with correct pronunciation, I mean, because it's a very diverse cast. So we have Daniel Brühl, Elizabeth Debicki, Axel Henny, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, Chris O'Dowd, John Ortiz, David Oyelowo, Zhang Ziyi. Definitely mispronounced something in there.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm very excited about God Particle. Hopefully it does come out in a month. I'm pretty excited, obviously. We still have no word on a trailer coming out anytime soon, which is bizarre because, again, this is a month out before release.
Is it going to be in all theaters?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think it'll get a pretty standard release for, you know, a lower budget film, lower budget sci-fi film. But it'll be interesting seeing how this plays out. Some people are theorizing that if the trailer doesn't come out in 2 weeks, it likely will be pushed back because marketing a film in only 2 weeks is near impossible. And word of mouth isn't enough within like the Cloverfield fan base. But it'll be interesting. What do you guys think? Are you interested in seeing God Particle? Let us know.
I am.
Bye, guys.
Bye.